I prepared for you the topic of the liberation from the office. There must be some liberation today, right? I'd love to start with you imagining a bit. So imagine the best place for you on earth. Don't care about how much it might cost. Don't care about what your family and friends might think about it. I know we have some silly dreams, like me coming to Georgia. Yeah. Okay, you're there, yourself. You wake up there in the morning, you make your coffee or tea. You enjoy the view from your ideal flat, residence, whatever it is. You go to the pool. How does it feel? And you are there in your everyday. You work there, you spend that time with your family, you do your hobbies over there. They can be actually done anywhere, right? So how does it meet your current life? Who here lives this? I love you. Amazing, me too. This is so good. So I wanted today to share a bit where I used to live. So I started working when I was 15 in a bar. I got pretty quickly to high-end bars, very nice restaurants, whatever. It was really fun, right? Like 15, 18, whatever, till I was 20. And sadly, I worked some 14, 16 hours a day. So yeah, I worked and then I slept. I was very tired, but I thought that it's kind of life, right? You need to make some money for a living. You need to study. When I was 19, I managed a high prime, whatever, cafe in Prague. And I worked, I woke up in the morning. I went from school from 7 till 4. Then I went to the cafe from 4:30 and I stayed till 1 a.m. And I thought this is life, working 6 days a week, whatever. It was fun. Then I burned out, of course, because I overworked and I started working as a hostess. I was 21. I had many jobs running at the same time. This is 2017 in Geneva, in the world's largest car show, whatever. It's shiny and it doesn't look so bad, I guess. Yeah. What was good about it is that I had some kind of good workflow. I could study. It was an easy job. It didn't require much from me. I didn't have to be so responsible for many things as I used to when I worked in hospitality before, in the bars and so on. I was pretty ambitious, so I quickly managed places, which was fun, but yeah, it was really difficult. And yeah, I drank a lot of champagne, I ate a lot of food, whatever. Yeah, and you know, there will always be kind of like need for some nice girls standing there and telling people where the toilet is. Yeah, so why not? But you know, like trading our time for work, trading our life for work is a little short-sighted. So yeah, working in not only actually as a hostess, which you might think of whatever, but also like doing some job without any perspective, like when you work as a cashier or a taxi driver, I don't think it's bad. But even like bartending, it's a dedication, because you say, okay, I'll be spending here every day certain time because I need to feed my family, whatever. But you don't really grow usually, you don't learn much. And as I mentioned, you sell your time for being there at one place, and you're not flexible with your place of living. Yeah, I didn't make much more deep, long-lasting connections, and I couldn't be really myself, because it was like, I have to be always happy, and we're not always happy, right? So yeah, when you say yes to something, you say no to the rest. When you say yes to 16-hour shift, when you work in a factory, whatever, yeah, you make living, but you don't spend that time with your partner, and it sucks. But I really hate when people be like, oh, come on, stop complaining, right? You learned something. Okay, so I tried to figure out, it took me some time to figure out what I've learned while working in Geneva, for example. So first, you will hear from every Arab person that you cannot trust to Arabs. We'll get to this. Switzerland is very expensive. I bought this half bread for $8. So I ended up just eating in the stand and drinking champagne, of course. Yeah, to boys, if you think that you will buy an expensive car and then you will get attractive women coming to you and saying, wow, what a car. No, it will be boys telling you, wow, what a car. Yeah, I realized that I don't really want to exchange my time for being physically required somewhere because it limits me and just, okay, you get money, but that's it. Yeah, 6 years ago, I started also cooperating with one PR agency. PR is like the person who represents companies with the media. So I wrote some public statements and so on. And because I had to keep my job there, so I also took my laptop over there. I realized that it's portable and I can take it from Prague to Switzerland. This is in Berlin in 2018 when I worked in the event management later. I took it this year to Koh Samui. People be like, I mean, look, this is a classical stereotype, okay? Most people working online do not work like this, of course. And there's a cafe 10 meters from there. Oh yeah, this is in Prague, whatever, at one conference. And so today, I realized that I don't want to live the life I do. So today I work in IT for more than 2.5 years. I work in cybersecurity. It's fun, I like it, and you can grow, you can really express yourself. IT is not just coding, I don't code. I freed myself from the traditional 9 to 5, and I was really chasing that I want to work remotely fully because I realized like that thing is really portable. I want to live elsewhere. I relocated elsewhere. And I know many people who in the past 2 years, they just went back to see their families because they had to relocate for work to the capitals. And today they're like, I want to live at the seaside, or I want to live, I don't know, with my family on the village. And it's perfectly doable. I live in Georgia. There's not the Georgian flag, oh my God. Okay, I can travel as I want without losing my job. I realize this especially during holidays when people are super anxious about going for holidays for 2 weeks because once they are back, the emails, whatever, holidays, only 2 days left. Oh, terrible. I spend most of my time on my hobbies and live life than I ever did. I don't spend as much time on commuting, right? Of course, I take planes, but this is something a bit different because you wake up in the morning, you go to waterfall. This is my life. Yeah, and I'm happy, of course. Yeah, this year I spent 3 months in Southeast Asia. I was in Vietnam and Thailand. It's really good. I recommend you Vietnam, especially. People still are raw and themselves. And this is Georgia. This is on north. It's 1.5 hours from the capital, and it's incredibly beautiful. People are nice, and to relocate elsewhere is one of the best decisions I've ever made. I mean, as my friend says, he doesn't believe that we were born in the best place for us, in the best, most suitable place for us. So if you think about it, relocation is hard, but it's really good to do. And yeah, I'm inspired about my kind of way I rather live than work. Because remote work doesn't change the way you work. It's still the same laptop, internet, worldwide, but it changed the way I live, and I write a lot about it on my LinkedIn, where already more than 10,000 people follow me. So what's the hype? You know, it's not about working on the beach really, but the thing is that you can start thinking globally. So instead of getting your operation at the best doctor at your city, town, whatever, or country, you're like, wow, the best clinic in the country. No, go to the best clinic in the world. You can relocate. You can, I really know many people who, just move to the seaside because it's like dream life. What stops you from doing that? You can explore the world. You can explore yourself. It really changes the way you think and, the way who you are. You gain more time on yourself because this process overall is more about rethinking the way you live in the end. So you think about like, oh, I want to live better. This is the whole point of it. So it's not just like remote work, it's really rather about the way you want to spend your life. And you can get a much better job because you can actually work for many global companies when remote first. It's really good because if you really keep improving your skills, you can have a very good job, and or you can go freelance. Of course, you can sell your services and be freelance. Remote work is not just. It doesn't mean that if you get a job in a company that works that offers you a remote work, it doesn't mean that you have to sit home. Okay, just I know that many people be like, oh my god, I cannot get focused at work because I get my families and children running around. Well, like this is it gives you the freedom to rethink the ideal environment for you, for your life and for your work. So you're not being told the way you have to go. The difference is that when you have the office-based job, you have to wake up in the morning, you have to commute to the office, and some designer, some architect, created an office space, sit there. Be it the, how's it called, the open space or the classical, the cubicles, whatever, the communist shit. And, or just please, if you have remote work, then do not complain about your focus, about your environment, because it's you who are responsible for it. So go and create it the ideal one, remote work doesn't mean that you do not work. I think that this is something that we already understood, at least in the past 2 years, that we actually do work. Even you got many studies proving that, of course, the productivity increased and all these things. I don't want to name it because it's just obvious. Like, you work in a better environment, in the environment that works for you. Will you work better? Well, it's not also lack of new knowledge and opportunities. I know that there are many people arguing that you cannot really grow when you work remotely. You're not directly next to your colleagues. I worked in the office, and my colleagues were disturbing me. And when I really need to learn something, I go and ask for it. So it's really only about your own responsibility, about really taking responsibility for, okay, I want to learn the thing, so how can I learn it? I mean, really, it's, rethink. I will have a slide later for, it's 2022, we have really many opportunities. So there's this cute girl playing Earth. Does it mean that I know some kind of magic? Or I'm so sad that it doesn't show, but it's a lot of magic and magic wind and whatever. And like, how did I do this? Like Superman? No. It's 2022. For the business owners, I would add that we have many tools that we can use today to cooperate. We have collaboration tools. We have the laptops that are portable. We have the internet that is better than the roads. I didn't add photo, but I have many on my mind right now. And there are many online opportunities, much more than were really years ago. Many companies rethought the way they work in the past 2 years especially, and I would go for it now. So what do you really need? Put it the right and very simple way. Get yourself a remote work, pick your things, buy a flight ticket, leave, and enjoy. Okay, so I would really recommend, if you think about this, first, you may rethink the job you already have. It doesn't mean that you have to completely transfer to a different field. Of course, like, I couldn't be the hostess online, but it was not my aim, it was not my ambitions. I was just thinking about what to do next. Then I worked in the event management, and despite 40 events, I had to be physically available at a given event. So I was preparing it and I was finishing it online because why not? So I took my laptop and I went to Canarian Islands. Like, this is where you want to work. Yeah, so you can rethink possibly what you already do. I know that there are people who might be planning, preparing some stuff, and they know that already in their field, there's a different position, slightly different, that is actually done fully on laptop. Wow. And so they can just re-educate themselves just very little bit into something different. So it might be possible, just maybe your employer tells you it's not, then change the employer. Education, it's very different. It's very important for, I think, like whatever we do, like we think that, okay, I finished my university and I land a job and I'll be here forever. It's not this age anymore. Aim high and reshape constantly your knowledge. I would say even better, reshape who you are constantly. Because if we talk about remote work, it also means we already have for years workers from the East taking over the low-skilled jobs. So you want to constantly change who you are. You want to be competitive. No matter what you do, if you go freelance, if you work for somebody, because even today, I know that many people may be afraid that they might lose their jobs because of whatever is coming, right? So just keep learning and really reshape who you are and don't get replaceable. This is the thing. Yeah, keep searching the right opportunity if you need to. And keep chasing what you want and never give up on it. Because if you have partly home office based job and you are required to go to the office 2 times a week, so you cannot really live where you want. So if you want to, of course, like this applies to everything in life, but if you want to work remotely, just keep asking for it. Keep asking, because I still get dozens of job offers that are office-based, and I'm like, look, I work remotely only, and this pressure really keeps making changes. So a few statements at the end. Liberate yourself from the office desk, please. If you believe it's simple, it will become simple. And remote work for life. Cheers.